back to Pia Talks. Well, tonight we're talking about The Real Housewives of New York, Season 12, Episode 6. But before we get started, if you haven't subscribed, please do. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so that you can always be notified when I post new content. So this episode starts out with LuAnn meeting up with Jacque. Remember, she used to date him a while back. Well, it turns out that Jacque is now engaged to someone else. And LuAnn says that she's happy for him. However, she's mentioned throughout the episode how much she's happy for him and, how beautiful his future wife is and how his future wife has her stamp of approval. However, I think that's all lies. I don't think LuAnn really wants Jacque to move on to anybody else. And she was letting him know when they met up. She had a fundraiser comedy event. She was going to be co-hosting with Chanel from the podcast of Chanel in the City. She was also letting him know that she was getting her material together for her new cabaret, Mary F. Kill. And she cannot believe that Jacque has never heard Feelin' Giovanni.
Feelin' Giovanni. Feelin' Giovanni.
Jacque says, "What is Giovanni?" So clearly Jacque has not been checking up on her, listening to her hits. I think that's a hit. Yeah. Yes, that's a hit. I'm sure it is. I know every now and then when I'm perusing the shelves at Target, out of nowhere, I'll start singing, "Money can't buy you class." I'm just saying. I mean, that song is catchy. Leave me alone and do not critique the singing, okay? The show then moves on to Dorinda, who seems to be having a very bad case of depression, I think. She is really missing Richard. She decides that she's going to go down memory lane. She's going to, go to their old house. She's going to stop by all their old stomping grounds, reliving the memories of being with her husband. And I think that's a sign of grief.
Me over the threshold through the front door. We had a huge garden. We had beautiful dinners there. We hosted parties. Everybody from Mrs. Clinton to Madeline Albright to Desmond Tutu have all walked through these doors.
I hope you miss me. I miss you.
And I think that maybe she might need to get into some grief counseling. I realize losing a husband is a major loss, and I think that she should definitely seek some help, because it could get worse. She could start drinking more, and Lord knows we don't want Dorinda drinking more than she already does. So she goes to one of their old restaurants that they used to visit every Wednesday, and she meets up with Elise, Ramona, and Sonja. And I guess Elise is going to be on here quite often. I mean, I feel like out of 6 episodes, we've seen her at least 3 or 4 episodes now, which she's okay, but we don't need her. We've got Leah. So anyway, Sonja shows up with this drink concoction that she's making. According to her, she broke her zipper on her dress. She's 5 pounds overweight. 5 pounds. Anyway, she's 5 pounds overweight, so she's doing some kind of liquid detox. For 5 days, she only drinks liquids and eats soup. Boy, was she miserable there while everybody else was eating that good food, and I can understand it. But you do what you have to do, right? Then Dorinda makes a statement that Elise is a size 0 and she's full figured because she's a size 6. Since when did full figure go to size 6? I don't think so, ma'am. I do not think so. Anyway, she brings up the fact that Tinsley has a better relationship with Leah than her. And she's not so sure why Tinsley won't open up with her and why she opens up so much with Leah. My thing is I'm not so sure why Tinsley is your storyline this season. What? Who gives a damn? Tinsley is a 44-year-old princess. Well, she wants to be a princess. And who cares if she doesn't want to be friends with you? If she doesn't want to get your relationship advice or tell you about the guy that she's dating, who cares? You're going to be all right, Dorinda. You're going to be all right. Also at that odd sort of dinner, Sonja drinking meetup, they bring up the fact that they're going to go to the charity anti-bullying benefit comedy thing which was weird, to support LuAnn, and they mentioned that they're okay with her doing a little social drinking. She's not an alcoholic, which is an entire turnaround from last season. Last season, both Ramona, Bethany, and Dorinda was talking about LuAnn as if she was a strung out alcoholic and that she needed to get off the drinks. Now, all of a sudden this season, I guess for storyline purposes, oh, she's okay. She's not an alcoholic. She's a social drinker. And as long as she can, stay within reason, she's going to be okay. No. She's not going to be okay. I guarantee it. Before the end of this season, LuAnn is going to be a hot mess, falling into bushes everywhere. They move on to Tinsley, and I was okay until I saw Dale. I said, oh, damn. I'm telling you, I've had it up to here with Dale. This relationship with Tinsley and Dale just drives me crazy, and I don't know what it is. I think it's because Dale wants Tinsley to be a tiny baby princess for the rest of her life, except for she wants her tiny baby princess to have babies so that they can all be tiny and baby together. It's too damn much. Tinsley tells her that her and Bruce are done. Dale says, well, I never even got to meet him. Thank God. Bruce is somewhere dancing a jig like I didn't want to meet this woman. Anyway, she tells Tinsley, you were too complicated for Bruce. Bruce has a whole thing. He's got a life. He's got a family. He's got commitments. And you're 44 years old with no babies. You're too much for him. All right. Say that, Dale. Okay? What I think Dale should have said was, you're too immature for Bruce. I feel like Bruce is a grown man with 2 ex-wives, 3 children. His ex-wives and the children get along, and I bet they all get along for the sake of family. And Tinsley is somebody who needs to be the center of attention, #1 focus at all times. What do you mean you can't hang out with me all day to pamper me? What? You have to take care of your children? What? Yeah, no. You're not ready. That's all I'm saying. And goodbye, Dale. Going home now. One of the things I thought was also weird about that is she says that she dated Bruce just so that she could be in Chicago in the hopes of running into Scott. That's a lot. What? If you really need to see Scott like that, just call him, honey. Stop by his house. You're in Chicago. Why does Bruce have to suffer? I'm just saying. You lucked out, Bruce. So the baby princess has decided that she's going to stick up for herself. She tells her mom she might be younger than all the other girls, but she's going to stand up for herself. And she's not going to let Dorinda overstep her or overtalk her. She's just going to stand up for herself from here on out. And her mom was so proud. You go, girl. You are 44 and you are doing it. Standing up for yourself. Really? Sonja heads down to Jersey, honey, because she's got to meet up with her team regarding her collection. And, things are not well. They are not making any money, have not made any money. The fashion show did not make any money. I tell you, I was expecting them to start playing the funeral music. I was absolutely expecting them to start saying, well, maybe this just isn't our thing. Money is going down the drain. We in the red. But they didn't. Sonja says that they have a meeting coming up with a huge retailer called Century 21, and she's hoping that they are going to buy the collection and sponsor it in their stores. And for the sake of Sonja and that man's wallet, I certainly hope that Century 21 picks up Sonja's line, because that was really depressing. All these fashion shows and, I guess Leah had a point last week when she said she knows fashion shows and that was not it. Maybe Sonja should get some help. They move over to Leah, who's having a conversation with Rob, her daughter's father, and they are both single. They are both not dating, and she was telling him that they really need to start getting out more. Rob asked her if she's talked to her mother, and she says that she just won't talk to her and that she feels terrible about the situation. And I was saying, girl, listen, you have got to just Set your mom down. Have a heart-to-heart with her. This makes no sense that you are going back and forth with your mom via text message, or the fact that you are sending text messages to her and she's just not replying. Go to her and speak with her. See the situation from both sides. Later on in the episode, she's having a conversation in the car on the way to the charity comedy benefit, and Ramona tells her the same thing. She tells Ramona that she sent her mom a text. Ramona says this situation is too serious for a text message. Text messages can be misunderstood and also very impersonal, especially when you're talking about something as serious as this. Go talk to your mother. And she starts crying, and she says that she doesn't like that her mom judges her by her failures instead of her success. And Sonja said the right thing. You can't tell your mom how to feel. You really can't. You cannot go around hurting people and then tell them how they're supposed to feel and react. She is your mother. We may not agree with our moms. We may not agree with our friends, but everybody is entitled to their opinion and their feelings and emotions. You love your mom. You want your mom to be in your life. Sit down with your mom and try to explain yourself. And at the same time, let her explain herself to you. Maybe you can come to a common ground and an understanding, and then there won't be this silence and wall up. Leah has got to put the damn phone down and go talk to her mom. This is not a text message conversation. I think she got it. LuAnn meets with Chanel from Chanel in the City. They're getting together for the event, doing a little rehearsal before it starts. And like I said, Jacques shows up with his, future wife, and LuAnn is hugging the lady and everything. And then she tells Jacques, oh, she's so beautiful. And Jacques says, so are you. Really? Then LuAnn brings up that whole pirate situation, stating that when she gets on stage, when she introduces him, she's going to say she didn't F the pirate. And he gets a little bit agitated by it, I think. And I'm thinking, who the hell are these two fooling? Really? And why is this future wife okay with this bullshit? I think it's all a facade, fake and phony as hell. But I don't know. Maybe this is LuAnn's storyline this season. We'll see. Dorit asked Tinsley and Leah to lunch. She figured that Leah has a calm head. She has an in with Tinsley, and she could be a moderator for the two of them. Tinsley doesn't like the idea because she says she doesn't need anybody to moderate for her. She can handle her own situation. However, she didn't say anything. She dropped it and they moved on. Everybody shows up for this comedy special. It turns out that the place there has bowling, ping pong, and slides. So it's a lot going on. And this fundraiser is for anti-bullying, prison, women from prison or something like that. It was a whole lot happening. So before it starts, Jacques asks, I don't even know if I'm saying that man's name right. Jacques, I don't know, damn it. You know who I'm talking about. So anyway, he asked Ramona and Dorinda if they've ever bullied anybody. And these two had the nerve to say no.
Something?
114. Don't you think you should have written it down so you remember, so you don't have to ask me again?
Well, I don't know. At least I have friends. You have no friends. Who are your friends? You have nobody in your life. Right now you have Jason. You'll probably mess that up, too. You look old for your age. You're older. I do not.
You look old for your age, and I look young for my age, and that's how it stands.
You are a bitch.
What did I say that was so mean?
You know what? Why don't you stop getting vaginal rejuvenation and put an easy pass on that vagina with your Holland tunnel?
You're a lady who just broke your glass in front of me.
Oh, I didn't get a mugshot over it.
Really?
I didn't really.
Kindergarten starts. You're going to be late for the bus. Oh, my God. Kindergarten's starting in 6 minutes. You're going to be late for the bus. Go get your kids.
So, nope. They've never bullied anybody. Not at all. And I tell you what, I have never in my life forgotten that episode when Dorinda went in on Sonja and her Holland tunnel. Oh my God, every now and again I think about it and I just bust out laughing. That was not nice. I wasn't nice. That wasn't nice, but that was funny. And then the whole thing with Ramona talking about, well, what did I say? You know exactly what you said, bitch. I mean, that was rude as hell. And I really did not appreciate the way she spoke to that taxi driver. That was rude as hell. And I figure if I was a taxi driver, I would have pulled over and put that bitch out. Okay? Why don't I just write it down? I mean, he should probably remember the address that he's going to. But it's a delivery, honey. It's the delivery. You did not have to be rude like that. Get on out of here, lady, and your dog, too. Just kidding. The ladies sit back and have a conversation about LuAnn and her drinking. Yeah. That's what we doing this season. Anyway. Oh, I think you could be fine drinking sociably. You're not an alcoholic. You're off probation now. You know what's going to happen? She's going to be back on probation. Yeah. And everybody's going to be like, well, we thought she could handle it. I was sure she could handle it. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. So then she says, I need some water. She picks up Ramona's glass that is vodka. And Ramona says, wait, no, that's not water. It's vodka. And she was like, and she drinks it anyway. Meanwhile, Elise is over here side-eyeing the whole situation like, really, bitch? Didn't you just get off probation? Weren't you going to them AA meetings? Seriously? So, you know, Elise has her comments, and then Dorinda wants to jump in.
You're not a judge and jury, Elise.
I'm not
You're
judging.
Not a judge and jury. Yeah, you are. You're
but
being
if you're an
judging.
AA,
and it's not fair. People do things. Well, mind your own garden.
I know Dorinda and LuAnn are drinking buddies, but didn't she just get out of AA and just get off of probation? If I were LuAnn's buddy, I would be pulling the drink out of her hand.
Hey.
Dorinda, stay the hell out of this business. Go on home and work on John. I mean, seriously. LuAnn gets up there and makes that pirate joke. Sonja has a fit. She stands up and screams, yes, you did. You did sleep with that pirate, and you told me so. Sonja don't give a damn. She is not going to let anybody forget that, especially Jacques. Anyway, I don't mind telling you that Jacques was not funny. His accent was really thick. Nobody could understand those jokes. And I have to believe that even if he didn't have an accent, those jokes were horrible. And so the rest of the comics, they were pretty bad as well. Everyone in the audience was like they were at a straight up suspenseful drama, like they were just dead eyes around the crowd, just waiting for something funny, hoping for something funny, praying for something funny. Meanwhile, everybody else was in there texting, and Dorinda was ordering boots online. You know, Ramona got up and with Sonja, they had to go to the restroom, hoping that it would be over. Please let this be over. Let this be the end of it. Oh my God, when the hell are we going to get to leave out of here? It was pretty boring. It really was. So after that, all the girls decide they're going to go down the slide. There's a slide there. Yeah. Well, they didn't all go down, but most of them did. And they had a good time. It was fun. You know what I mean? When's the last time your grown ass went down a slide? I'm just saying. I'd like to go down a slide. I mean, why not? I'll relive my youth. Anyway, Tinsley decides she's going to stick up for herself because remember, she told Dale, I may be the youngest, but I'm going to stand up for myself nowadays. She doesn't feel that Leah needs to be there at all. She can handle her situation with Dorinda on her own, and I'm okay with that. Leah should just back out. Let her and Dorinda handle this. Leah tells Dorinda that she's intimidating. Dorinda, after having a few shots, I want Dorinda to slow up on the drinking. After having a few shots, she interprets that Tinsley's intimidated. So she wants to get into Tinsley's face. You're intimidated by me? Leah says you're intimidated by me. Leah never said that. Anyway, here we are at this anti-bullying comedy / drama / I don't know what the hell is going on event, and you're bullying somebody. Get a grip.
The disconnect, we can solve it. I don't need other people to help me solve our disconnect.
You guys haven't solved
That's what
it
I'm
yet.
saying.
If it makes you uncomfortable, Tinsy,
It's
I
not
will do
this
it.
uncomfortable.
Everything I do with you, Tinsy,
No.
is not good.
Here we go again.
I'm so sick and tired of people talking for me. I'm so sick of it.
I can't believe we're at an anti-bullying event and we're fighting.
Come on, Ramona.
These people are too damn much. I'm happy to see Tinsley standing up for herself. I really am. But come the hell on now. It's a lot. It really is. And then you see the previews for next week, and it looks like they are digging deep again next week, going after each other, and I'm here for it. I am so excited about it. I'm telling you, if they didn't act ridiculous, I wouldn't watch this show. I mean, while I'm watching it, I'm so ticked off, and I'm like, why the hell are grown women acting like this? However, if they were acting like real grown women, would we watch this shit? No, we wouldn't, because we're like, we can watch ourselves, damn it, what the hell? I'm just saying. I am looking forward to next week, and I hope that you are as well. And until next time, bye.